Duino Elegies by Rainer Maria Rilke, translated by Vita Sackville-West and Edward Sackville-West. The 8th Elegy. Dumb creatures gaze with their whole vision out into infinity. Our eyes alone would seem to be inverted, and like snares set all around them, compassing their free passage. What lies beyond, for us, is only intelligible through the mask of beasts. For in his early years we take the child, turn him about, and, so compelling him, make him look backwards at all conformation, not over space that in the glance of beasts dwells so profound, exempt from thought of death. That's seen by us alone. The freeborn beast keeps his perdition evermore behind him, and God before him. When he goes into eternity like springs of water. But never for a single day have we clear space before us, space wherein the flowers spring endlessly. The world, and still the world, never and nowhere, blank without negation, pure space, surveillance free in which to breathe, to know most inwardly, and not to covet. It so may come about that one in childhood may lose himself in such a quietude, and grow confused, or yet another die, becoming one with it. For nearing death, we look on death no longer, but gaze out, maybe with the wide stare of animals. But for their fellow hindering their sight, lovers come near thereto, and are amazed. It opens out, as if by inadvertence, behind the other, but beyond the other neither can travel, and the world returns. We are forever turned towards creation, and in creation only can we see the mirrored face of freedom, dark, obscured. Or when an animal, dumb brute, looks up and placidly looks through us, through and through. This is the meaning of our lot, to stand opposite, nothing more, forever opposite. If but some comprehension of our kind were in the untroubled animal that comes towards us from his opposite direction, then would he draw us round upon his course. But his own state of being is eternal for him, uncomprehended, and regardless of his condition, clear as is his glance. And where we see futurity, he sees everything, and himself in everything, forever sanctified. And yet there is, within the watchful and warm-blooded beast, the weight and care of a great melancholy. For that which often overwhelms us cleaves also to him. Remembrance, as though that end towards which we strive had once been nearer and more true, and its fulfilment unutterably sweet. Here everything runs counter. There it was the breath of life. For after his first home, his second home appears to him ambiguous and doubtful. Oh, the beatitude of tiny creatures that stay forever in the womb that bore them, happiness of the gnat that inwardly hops, even in its nuptials, for the womb's supreme. And see the half-security of the bird, from his origin half acquaint with both, as though he were the soul of an Etruscan fled out of a dead man, become aware of space around him, even while the lid of the quiescent image covered him. And he is as one perplexed, who from the womb emerged and now must fly, as though in fear of his own self he flashes through the air as a crack travels round a cup. So speeds the bat across the porcelain of dusk, and we, onlookers, always, everywhere, turned towards all things, never gazing out, we are cloyed and satiated by it all. We set in order, and it perishes. Order again, and we ourselves do perish. Who turned us then around in such a wise that we are always in that attitude, do what we may, of one who takes his leave? As one on the last hill, from which he sees his veil outspread once more, turns, stops, and lingers, so do we live, and ever bid farewell.